It's next week at the Patriots.
It's at the Patriots. So what's the date on that? I need to
That is
look.
going to be Sunday, October 27th, the noon game. If you're in the Central Time Zone, 1 o'clock.
Wait a minute. Let me hold on. Let me check I got to do math.
Do a little math. All right, very good.
It's the 1 o'clock game for us.
I'm sure you've got plenty to talk about. I know I got plenty to talk about after that last game.
Oh,
So
my goodness.
you know what? And I am, for those of you listening, I will explain. I'm not wearing my normal New York Jets hat. I've moved back to the New York Titans hat, which is the precursor to the Jets, because that's where my head is at right now. I mean, to be honest, I'm a pretty mellow guy, right? Generally speaking, I'm really pissed. I'm really pissed. Yeah, because when the Jets schedule came out, I circled this game, Jets and Steelers, because to me in the preseason and all that stuff, I thought the Jets and the Steelers were two really similar teams. A lot of potential, but some pieces had to fall into place and stuff like that. I liked both their coaches. I was wrong, man. I was way wrong. These teams could not be more different. And I know we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about another tepid performance by Aaron Rodgers, another misguided play selection. Did Nathaniel Hackett, did he sneak back into the building that he's calling? Now we're not calling any run plays. So that was terrible. The offense was very and then that bleeds over into the defense. I think those guys just are not. I just don't think there's anything to play for in their minds anymore. And I figured out the difference 3/4 into the game. And this was a game. Now I'm ranting, but it drove me crazy. Where the Jets had them, they had them on the ropes. They needed the kill shot. They should have been going into the third quarter figuring out how to just put the Steelers out of their misery. And what the Jets did is they stole defeat from the jaws of victory. We used that line yet again. So what's the difference between these two teams? I mean, are the Steelers much more talented than the Jets on the roster? I don't think so. I personally think they are very, very similar. And I have never been a big Mike Tomlin is a genius football coach fan, but guess what? I'm there now because that's the difference. That Steeler team wanted to win. They weren't going to quit. They were down. They were probably out. And they just kept on. And the Jets just have there's no killer instinct. In the NFL, if you're not ready to kill your opponent and put them down, because, again, like we've talked so many times, you've got to score 30 points. You've got to keep your opponents under 30 points. You got to kill them in that way. There's just no killer instinct in the Jets. I just don't see it. So I'm ready to change the colors. I'm ready to change the team name. Woody, let's go back to the Titans. Everybody's fired. We start over.
Wait a minute. How are we going to have a chance?
Maybe I went a little too far.
Wait. TIT.
Okay. Well, that could be a problem. We'll have to work on that.
Could be a problem because my biggest excitement out of this team, it's the best chain in the NFL. I don't know if I said that every podcast.
And it is. And the crowd loves it.
Where is it?
It keeps firemen relevant.
And Vin, that was wow. Okay. Wow. Like you said, that was a mouth.
For me, that's a lot.
That was, I could tell there was a little pent up anxiety. All right. I got it. I mean, if
I'm gonna go have a nap now.
Yeah. I have to go back to the reference I brought up with cousin George compared to my son Jamie, right? And let me tell you,
George, for just as a little bit of background, was the world's most insane Dallas Cowboys fan who had a stroke during a game and did not go to the hospital because he wanted to watch the end of the game.
Right. So following in that, my son Jamie, he was livid.
Good.
livid. Jamie, for a little background, Jamie's is he lives and dies with the New York Jets, the New York Knicks, and the New York Yankees. And his whole day, his whole season, his whole being, everything is planned around the games.
Yeah.
Okay, doesn't miss them. Is we literally have discussions. Which jersey should I wear? Which jersey should I wear for this game? Right. So he's that intense. And then we watched that product
Oh
the
my
other
God.
night.
Oh my God.
It
My
was
heart
awful.
breaks for him.
Yeah, and it was terrible. And for me, on a personal note, I was torn. Well, I had the Jets game on, and I'm watching the Mets NLCS. So I
Um,
have both of them, which means I watched none of them
and
because
both teams broke your heart.
both teams broke my heart. Back to the when you were on your expressing your frustrations and your anxiety watching this game and where they are, compared to the Steelers. You
Hmm.
can't forget. I think the Steelers, it's a very well run organization.
Yes,
It just seems to be, right? We could go back and, like you said, you defended, and rightly so, defended Woody. He's writing the checks.
he's willing to write the checks.
But prior to this writing the checks, there's always been that organizational scramble,
Hmm.
right? So I think that's part of it. And then you look at the
But
coaching.
wasn't Joe Douglas? I mean, haven't we given him a lot of credit for fixing a lot of that? Maybe incorrectly.
Well, maybe, yeah, maybe incorrectly. And as far as the coaching, yeah, Tomlin, no, he's not the mega genius, but guess what? He's consistent. And that's the key. The key to success is consistency, right?
He has a
So
higher win percentage than Chuck Noll.
no kidding.
That's a crazy
It,
stat.
it is crazy stat. Man, you thought about this. I like it.
Oh yeah, I'm ready to hire Mike Tomlin.
I mean, who would at this
But keep
stage, who
going, keep
wouldn't?
going. I'll keep cutting you off. I want to hear where
Yeah.
you're
So
going with this.
so yeah, staying on the coach, again, it's consistency, and that's what he is. And the organization is run that way. So guess what? Those players, they're not the most talented, they're not the best team, but they're consistent now. And
Yeah,
well, they have always been, right?
yeah.
So, and this is one of those games we talked about the last few podcasts are okay. When you're looking at the schedule, do we have a win? Do we not? It can go either way with that. These
Hmm.
are the ones that you need to pull out
Yeah.
that to show that you're the next level. And again, so it doesn't happen, and it's a heartbreaker each time, and it's such a letdown. And the same old story that you hear in the same phrase, same old Jets. Guess what?
Yeah.
It's the same old Jets.
Tim Jets.
And,
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 and
and you
what I
know,
think,
I think you talk about the matchup here. Like this is a matchup I was looking forward to, and I thought, wow, we've got an edge because they're switching quarterbacks before the game, right? And there's not there's there's always a little bit of luck involved, but I always feel like hard work breeds luck. That comes from hard work. And you saw two miracle catches for the Steelers. One
yes.
bounced off one of our guys' heads, and then another one-handed catch. So you had a little luck going that way, but that luck
And,
comes from
and
somewhere.
but you create your own luck.
Yes,
I'm a firm believer in you create your own luck. And hard work never goes unrewarded. Might take a while,
right.
but it'll show its head. And I don't think that the hard work is there. There's not consistency. And you switching the quarterback before the game, okay, that should be a plus, right? Well, what we've done is we've switched quarterbacks and we figured he's the answer. He's the guy behind the curtain.
Right.
So now we should be paying no attention to the guy behind the curtain, right? He's the Wizard of Oz. It's we expected the Wizard of Oz to come in and just change it all. Guess what? You know,
Right.
it's not, guys. You guys still have to perform because he's not the Aaron Rodgers of old, of late, or whatever we want to,
Yeah.
past. I shouldn't say hello with
Right.
me with that. But he's not. And one of my favorite guys, Rex Ryan, he went on a rant. he went on a rant about Aaron Rodgers. He's like, everybody's afraid to talk about it, but he's not playing at the top of his game either.
No, no, his stats are not good. His stats are not good.
No,
They're not even
no.
good for Aaron Rodgers. His career, this is not measuring up to a lot of his seasons. It's among his worst.
Well, if his stats are not good, and then we're putting offense and defense is resting on the Aaron Rodgers, right? The Hall
Mm-hmm.
of Famer,
Yeah,
the savior,
right.
the man behind the curtain. Well, you know what? If he's off, then everything is off.
Yeah,
And who's the motivational person behind this team? Obviously, it wasn't solid. I think that's why he's out. He couldn't
agreed.
get them up for games. He couldn't get them up for games. And just because of the change, I think they're gonna show up. They're gonna just play like animals. They're gonna play outside of their heads. Everything after that, it doesn't matter. It's that one game when you make that transition. Typically, that's the gusto. That's like we're doing this because of look where we are, and those players play outside their heads. That's typically what happens. And then
Right,
reality sets in, and then they have to be fixed, right?
right.
Well, that didn't even
We
happen.
didn't even get that bounce.
No, we didn't get the bounce. Right. Right. We didn't get the bounce.
And
We
I
didn't get the sugar high.
right, right. But are we
We
asking
drank.
I mean, I'm with you. We're asking Aaron Rodgers. If you look at the play selection, we're asking Aaron Rodgers to do too much. He's throwing the ball like, we've got great running backs. Let's run the football. And the Jets right now, even though it looks like Aaron Rodgers has more time than say Zach Wilson ever did, or Sam Darnold ever did, the Jets are still at the bottom of the league in amount of time the quarterback gets to throw the ball. I mean, he's releasing it quick and he's at least doing that part. But I don't think we've put Aaron Rodgers in a position to be successful. I think we're just counting on him too much.
Yeah. And what I think needs to be done as well, I think we need to put a shock collar on Aaron Rodgers when it gets down to 2 seconds. We got to give him the we got to give him the zap. What do you think about that?
Well, and it continues the dumb penalties. The dumb a delay of game penalty on a guy who's going to go in the Hall of Fame. It's like,
Oh no,
hello.
that's what I mean. You got two
There's,
seconds, Sam. So and to call timeout in the second half because you're going to run out of time.
come on,
Please, please, like I could pull that.
that's your rookie quarterback move. Yeah, right. If you put me in the quarterback, I'd be calling that a lot.
So all right. On Mike Tomlin, I always got to throw in a quote, so it's something that just
Is
catches
it
my
a
attention.
Talladega Nights quote?
No, you know
Okay.
what? I'm disappointed because nobody is pulling that one
All
back
right, well,
at
go
all.
ahead anyway.
Well, I think Dean sent it over with the meme, right? Your brother Dean. He said, I think he sent it. One of you guys did the meme of Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams was lost to the Steelers, traded to a new team, and then lost to the Steelers.
Again, yes.
Right. Okay. So the only thing missing from that was lost to the Steelers, traded to a new team, missed his first pass, or dropped his first pass, and lost to the Steelers. That's the only thing I would add for that one.
Yeah, and it's just like I feel like he just didn't. I don't know. Again, it's another magic bullet. We're looking for another magic bullet. So, I don't want to be. I don't want to be same old Jets guy, but it's kind of easy to get into being same old Jets guy. But now we've got to, every week we say, all right, we're going to get it together and they're going to go on a run. Well, now we're 2-5. So we've got to go on a historic run. And,
Mhm.
and again, and I'm bouncing around a little bit, but the Jets are 2-5. Pittsburgh's now 5-2. And I still feel like those are the same teams, just with a different motivation. I mean, I don't feel like there's an enormous talent difference between those two teams. So I think it's the Pittsburgh Steelers just want to get it done more than the Jets did.
Yeah, I completely agree. And that's what it looked like. That's what it seemed like, and that's what it played out to be.
Yeah.
There's no there's no getting around that. And again, and you have to put that on. You have transitional interim head coach guys. You got to get them jacked up.
Right.
Again, back to Rex. He got them up for the big games.
Yeah. He's tough.
He was tough. He got him up. He got him jacked up. Where's the emotion? He went on a freaking rant. I'm like, I loved it. I wish I could have recorded it. I should have been writing notes down. But still, where is it? Where's the emotion? Where is this? You know what he was talking about? There's a lot of good players,
Yeah.
but there's nobody that's playing like a team, right? He
Hmm.
said he brought it up. We got the Aaron Rodgers, we've got a Garrett Wilson, we've got a Sauce Gardner. But okay, but if they don't come together, it doesn't matter. One of the other coaches said this is you hear it all the time. It is the ultimate team sport. You
Yeah.
know, it's part of an equation, right? It's take one number out and the equation doesn't add up anymore. It changes. It's different, and I think that's a big part of it. To me it's yes, the discipline on the stupid penalties, but you got to get these guys in sync. You got to get them hyped up. You got to get them emotional, right? And what was my thing with Salah on the sidelines? He jumped around like a schoolgirl when it was a good play, and when it was a bad play, he showed nothing,
No,
right?
nothing. Right.
So I want to see both sides of the coin because it's got to be consistent, and it's still not happening. It's
I,
not.
I, I think you are on it 100%. I think the word is emotion, and there's just no emotion in this team. There's plenty of talent. There's plenty of good plays. There's plenty of stuff going on, but there's no emotion. And I don't think there's any emotion in the coaching ranks either.
It stinks that we are on this side of the conversation, right? How much better is it to be on the other side of the conversation saying, wow, what a great play. You know what? We lost this game, but look at what was going on. Like on the positive side, if it was a good side, forget this whole moral victory crap,
Oh
right?
yeah, yeah.
It's none of that shit. I just want to see that play a really solid game. And if you happen to lose it, you can go punch a hole in the locker. I get it. I'd love to see that. Something, just don't accept it. But we have nothing. We don't have anything good to talk about.
No, not in that game. No,
No,
no.
nothing good to talk about.
They played a good half of football where they were ahead, could have won, should have won, needed. And again, that's where the emotion comes in. They needed to kill off
Hmm.
Pittsburgh, and there was no emotion there. They didn't do it.
No, what we didn't mention that one of the the lucky plays. Again, you create your own luck. Garrett Wilson bouncing the ball off his chest.
Right.
You know, he's got so much talent, but does he? But he's not consistent,
Right.
and he's not a rookie anymore.
He's not a
You
rookie
know,
anymore, and I think that lack of drive on the offense bleeds
yeah,
over into the defense. Look, this is 2 weeks in a row. We're going to talk about the defense. They were just
yeah,
okay.
100%, hundred
And, and,
percent.
and, and it's not like, and I know they have some injuries and they're going to get some people back. So, there are problems on defense, but that defense has played well with injured players before. It's not,
Yes.
not that much has changed. We're week 7. Everybody's got injuries, so that's really not an excuse. I think I just think there's no heart in there.
Well, how about this? One on the negative side, or the just get over it side is Garrett Wilson. He gets the ball. Okay, one juke, two jukes, but 10 jukes. Can you just go forward? Can you take the hit? Can you just catch the ball and go forward, make a move and go forward?
Go
How
for it.
about not a move, then a backwards move, then a sideways move, and a forward move, and I'm going to fake them out with my head move, and then he gets tackled anyway. Take the freaking hit, lean forward, and get 2 more yards. Lean forward, you're tall enough. I don't know. It just yes, he's quick when he makes. He made a couple of. He made that great move, the little juke move with the cone in the end zone, right in the corner, right having that ability to be that agile, make cause a touchdown. I don't know if you remember a couple games ago, but he catches the ball. He's got to go forward. Catch the ball and go forward. You're going to get tackled.
Right.
Accept it. You're going to get tackled. Accept it.
Especially
Don't.
a defense like the Steelers, who are going to hit you and hit you hard. That is their trademark.
Why? Because they have a consistent coach.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the other thing is all right. I don't know. I haven't seen any. I haven't read anything else. I don't know. I hope it's true. Reddick, did he show up on Monday?
I,
Did he?
I don't know. I don't know. That's a
They
great
call
question.
on Sunday we get the notices. Yep, Reddick will be. No, this was just before the game.
Yeah.
They cut a deal, and Reddick will be in on Monday, and he's the next savior. So
Yeah, and I would expect he's there at the Patriots, and and we can get into what the Patriots game is. So that should help too. But it's another, yeah, is he? I think you brought up last time, is he another head case in the locker room, or he's going to help? And I know, I talked about, what does he get you? Does he get you, you know, holding the opposition down to maybe three fewer points? Well, I think I'll take that now.
yeah, well, what this guy should get you right is when it's when you have to stop him,
Yeah.
and he's just got that extra little element of pressure that ruins their play.
Right, and maybe they got to keep a guy in to stop him, and it's one less guy going out.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
And look, you know what? The defense with Reddick in now, hopefully he'll be in and play. And if the offense keeps their act together, the defense stays off the field.
Well, that's it. I mean, that's the Jets' problem. For how many years have we talked about this? It's like the defense can't play 40 minutes a game.
Right.
You just can't
Yeah.
do it, no
No,
matter how good
no,
they are.
no. And the defensive backs, I don't care how good you are. You're not covering a guy for 4 seconds.
Right.
For 3 seconds. No, it's you need that pass rush because I don't care how talented you are, a wide receiver in the NFL is going to get open at
Yeah.
some point.
Yeah.
He's
Right. That's the job. He knows where he's going. You don't. All right.
concept. All right.
Should we move
So
on to the Patriots?
sure, let's move on to the Patriots.
So the Patriots have had a terrible week,
Mhm.
right? Somebody complained, I don't even know who, that they were soft. And Bill Belichick said, no, they're not soft. It's a great group of guys. Uh, but they suck.
Thanks, Bill.
Thanks, Bill.
Okay, Bill Belichick.
Bill,
Of
you turned
course.
in your keys, right, Bill? You're not,
Do you still have, do we need to change the code?
right, to keep Bill out of the office.
You
I,
know, Bill Belichick, of course, I always wanted to see him die in a fiery plane crash, right? Him and Brady. But, ever since the Brady roast,
yes.
I got a different respect for Belichick.
Well, I've always liked him.
He was,
I think he's brilliant. Are his good coaching days behind him? I don't think so. I think we'll see him back in the NFL. I think he's so smart, and
he,
I just like the
he's,
guy.
listen, that's probably, he was the Jets coach for what, an hour, So,
Yeah,
of course, immediately he's on the hate list, right?
right.
And how that goes. But never questioned his brilliance. I think, you can't win without Brady. Now, listen, the guy is the premier, one of the top premier head coaches of all time, as far as I'm concerned, right?
Sure.
But when I turned the corner and said, you know what, I like Bill, was from the roast. Did you watch that
I
roast?
did. I did.
And he surprised me. He had a good personality. He was very funny. His delivery, his timing was awesome. He was good.
He's
And
really funny on Inside the NFL. They have him break down film, and it's fascinating to watch because he's a genius, but he's also got this really dry sense of humor. So I think there's the character Bill Belichick plays on the sideline and in the post game press conferences. That's really maybe not the real Bill Belichick. That's the football version. But
yeah,
man, I come Bill. We all is forgiven. Come back.
All
All right, let's talk.
is forgiven.
Would you like to know
Okay.
the Vegas line on this game? Now, last week,
What is
the
it?
Vegas line was Jets by 1 as the
Shame
visitor.
on the Jets. Yeah, shame on the Jets.
Shame on
What
the
is it now?
Jets. Now it is Jets minus 3.5. So,
3.5. Well,
which,
I had them way ahead of that.
you know what, I do too. I think that's grumpiness on behalf of, on behalf of, and in fact, last week you had, let's see, you had this, I think you had the Steelers winning
I
27
did. I
13.
did. I did.
So you called that game correctly, but you didn't call the stomping as bad as it turned out to be. You were maybe 10 points off.
Yeah.
I I had the Jets 24-17. So don't go by me.
Don't go by me.
And Dean had the Jets 20-10. So
Dean had the Jets 20-10.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. What about the Karnak of Centereach? What
I did. We did. I didn't get him on the phone, so we went with Dean, and we were all wrong. Although you were correct. You were correct.
All right. So that
And
being said, because I'm such a genius, or I'm such a, you know, um, I could foresee in the future. I can have my crystal ball here. Here I'm now I'm turning into the Jets fan, the hopeful. Oh, there's always hope Jets fan
I
until Monday
understand.
morning.
I
Until
understand.
Monday morning. All right. So
Yep.
then that changes the story. So I'm gonna go 30-17.
Um, 30-17 Jets. Yeah.
Jets. Sorry, yes. I don't
I,
know
I,
why.
you know what? I'm not far off. I'm at. I think the Jets defense steps up big. I'm 27-10.
Okay. Okay.
I think, you know what? Look here, and here's the deal. It's like if they lose this game to the Patriots, let's go ahead and move. Let's change the name to Titans. Let's go back. Let's throw everything out. I mean, Patriots are a bad football team.
Yeah. So, all right. I like it. I mean, I think our numbers are close. Let's hope.
So
And I want to. Well, here's the thing. Say they just pull it off, right?
against the
And it goes
Patriots,
back to what I said. So let's be on the other side of the fence conversation, right?
okay,
And even if they win, this is back to being Hackett. We're
right,
in a no-win situation here. If the Jets win, it's because they were supposed to, and they played the sucky Patriots.
right,
If they lose, we're in the same position as we are now, saying it's the Jets, same old Jets,
right.
right? So we have to. The only way to get past the no-win situation, to get past the Hackettisms of no win, they have to win this game. And what's the following game?
Texans, Texans,
The Texans?
which is not a joke.
Okay, no, that's not a joke. But they could, if they could win this game and ride the high and put their act together, whether it's a lucky play, whether it's a Greg the leg, um, you know, last minute shouldn't have been in this position field goal. It is what it is, and I'll take it and
Right,
run with it.
right.
So I think that's then we could at least be on the other side of that conversation. I think next week it's going to be tough. If they win, it's still going to be hard to hit the full positive conversation. We've got to pull it off. We're going to look for every positive there is,
Right.
but it's the no-win situation, right? You
Well,
did it
right.
because you're supposed to.
They got to win against the Patriots. They got to look good. You know what? For me, the win against Patriots is yes a win, but they kind of look like a football team.
Yeah.
If they
Right.
look like a football
Well,
team, then they can go. You know, it's the Texans at home again. You know, the Jets are at home, and the Texans are coming in. It's a good team, but not an unbeatable team.
right.
A
Right.
Jets team hitting on all cylinders can win that game. There I am,
Ah,
Mister Too Hopeful Jets fan.
listen, we got to be careful with the highs. We got to be careful with the
With the
lows.
lows, right? Right, and
Just for
you
our
know,
emotional integrity, we have to keep it together.
if they can get it together, and as the saying goes, if my aunt had nuts, she'd be my uncle. So that's
Right.
we got to watch that. Um, And then the Cardinals after that. The Cardinals are not a joke either. I mean, they're not great, but
No, but
neither
you
are
know
we.
what? Again, with all the additions, because guess what? Aaron has it all right now.
Mhm.
He's got it all. He
Everything
got
he's going to get.
he's got everything. Yes, everything he's going to get. He's got it, and he's got everything he wanted.
Yeah.
He did. You know.
And I know even Mike Washington caught a big pass last week. So now the rumor mill is they're trading him.
You mean you're an NFL receiver? You caught a pass?
Get out.
Nice.
Get
Get
pack
out.
up your stuff and get out.
Get out. Just I want you to think about that red line. Now beat it.
All right. Let's wrap it up for this episode of Third and Too Long, the Jets podcast with cousin Gene. Gene, have a great week.
Right.
I hope they win. I hope there's cheering at your house. That's all I want.
Let's hope. Let's hope. So, my cousin Vinny, I'll bid you adieu, and we'll speak soon.
JETS.
Nice.
See you later.